Maybe then I can be happy. This is no time to sit around in silence. I need to. While everyone's off gathering people, gathering resources, I should be doing the same. I need to. I don't have the luxury to sit around and reminisce of what could have been. As much as I wish I could have saw the danger I was doing. What's done is done. I can worry about now. I can worry about trying to protect them. Trying to save what remains. Because it's no longer about me. It's about everyone else. It's about not just them, but about my goddamn world as well. I didn't know that I didn't know by helping I could possibly put my world in danger. The price of my arrogance will be a high one. That's why I have to stop it. That's why I have to stop him. No matter what. It's fine, you know. Shade shouldn't be attacking for a little while. That might give us some time to at least gather whatever resources we can. Penguin? Penguin? Is that... Is... What? Hold on. One sec. I can't hear you. Why are you staring at me like that?
I muted. My bad. I'm sorry.
Penguin, where have you been? I thought...
I've been in the mines. I was collecting stuff. It's getting redstone.
Getting
supplies.
Well, I guess I can't be too angry if you were helping and everything. We need as many resources as we can right now. It's
What?
do or die right now.
What happened?
What didn't happen?
It was Shade, wasn't it?
It was. How long?
What happened now?
It's a long story, but here it goes. Well, you know, how much are you out of the loop right now?
I have been in the mines for a couple days, so I'm not entirely sure.
You know how we took the castle, right?
Yeah.
And, well, we've lost the castle, Penguin.
What do you mean you lost the castle?
Shade took it back. He took back the fucking castle. And now Evie's gone.
You're lying. You're lying. No. What do you... Evie's gone. Evie's...
I wish I was lying. I wish I was joking. I wish this could be the time for shits and giggles, the time for jokes and pranks, but no. Shade took Evie's life right in front of me. Then he almost got me. got me as well.
It,
So much has happened, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. Because after the Bastion drove us out of the castle, right? We had a few days to try and recoup, to try and gather whatever strength we had. Which, I'm not gonna lie, Penguin, it's not a lot. For a while, we didn't know if Dread was alive until just a few hours ago. Dread rolls right on up to me, Hobbs, Neb, and Jester. You wanna know what
Dread's alive.
Dread's alive. Dread is alive. I can give you that good news.
Okay. That I was scared of that one.
Yeah, it's... But you know those things, those soul chambers I was mentioning to you about?
Yeah.
You know how Dread was wanting to... You know how Dread didn't want to destroy them because that could kill the people, or whatever remains of those people?
Yeah.
If they're even still alive. Dread took a veto on that. We need to get rid of them. We need to...
What?
Apparently, in Dread's own words, Shade's becoming more powerful. Day by day. And Dread was captured. Shade was constantly killing him.
What?
Dread had, for some reason, wasn't able to be, I don't know, taken or absorbed or whatever shit that core has on people. But he's not looking good. He's very weak right now. And Dread said that we need to destroy that thing, that dark abysmal energy at the bottom of that castle. We need to blow it to Kingdom Come, or else we're all done for. Let's get some fresh air.
Yeah. Jeez.
Would you believe I tell you there was more?
Why is there more?
Because just as we were formulating a plan, Shade made another attack on us. It was him and a selection of corpses, a selection of our fallen comrades. I can't even recall who was there. It was Impossible. It was Josh and a few others. They attacked us right by that statue. And in my foolishness, I thought while Shay was here, Hobbs and Dread can keep him busy, while me, Neb, and Jester flew off to the castle. Because I thought that maybe, just maybe, we would have a fucking shot of taking it down. While his voices were here, while Hobbs and Dread were keeping him distracted. Maybe if we go in, we can put an end to this. Maybe we wouldn't have to get more people involved. But we were too slow. By the time we got to the castle, it was just one corpse. One corpse was enough to hold us back. But then more came out of the fucking woodwork. Penguin, we barely got through the front door of that thing. In all of our effort, we managed to put down just one of those corpses. The corpse of Impossible. Those things are too coordinated. It's not looking good. It's not looking good, Penguin. While you were down there in the mines, we were up here. Suffering. Fighting. Spilling blood. Shade drove us back out of the castle. We thought we had a chance. We thought maybe we can try and put down another corpse. But no, we couldn't. He drove us out of the castle and we retreated back to this position. Back down into the bunker. My slice of home.
Green?
Yeah.
New plan. Come on. This way. Okay,
What?
so now more open area would be a lot better just to discuss this, just demonstration. Consider, I've realized now, even though I haven't been doing my job that well, we do something else. We advance a little differently because we've realized that force isn't really working in our favor.
It's
Considering the corpses they're not like corpses. They're not typical zombies. They're not anything of that kind. Need to freaking eat.
Me and Dread thinking that they're operating on some sort of like, I don't know, wavelength or like a hive mind.
Well, what if that's not like hive mind indicates that there's multiple people in control, right? There's just a bunch of people controlling one situation, one thing.
Or vice versa, one thing controlling a bunch.
Yeah, so if we think of it that way, if we think of it being one person controlling all of them, that would make it a lot easier for like all the corpses to move in sync. It is one person, one puppeteer. And those soul chambers, it basically took the person out and put something back in, which only has one thought, which is, killing us.
Yeah. And replacing it with whatever Shade is.
Yeah, like, I wonder if Shade is the same situation. Shade isn't Shade. Shade is whatever is controlling everything. Maybe Shade was the first victim.
Regardless if he was the first victim or not, we...
Oh, 100%. Like, Shade is the battery. Shade is the lever of this entire contraption. But if that's the case, we can't charge in. We can't go... You and Hobbs can't just go in swinging swords and expecting us to win like we've been doing for the past time. Every time we've done that, we've lost someone.
Yeah. I'm beginning to realize that trend.
Even if we had a brilliant plan, even if there was a foolproof plan, us attacking has never worked. We have never gotten anyone back because of that.
We were briefly making a plan. It's still very much in its workshop stages, but we think that an assault on two fronts might be our best bet. The issue is that the how do I say this? Me and Hobbs are Shade's biggest threats.
Right.
If we lead in the front on two assaults, then if me and Hobbs both on one, Shade's gonna know something. The plan that we were briefly conjuring up, right, was that me, Hobbs, and whoever else is willing to follow us into this death charge is going to confront Shade at the front door of his castle. Meanwhile, a small strike team might be able to find a back door to get in, sneak inside while the main battle is happening on the outside, and might be able to rig something to blow up that fucking thing.
That could work. What could happen is we find a back door, or we sneak in a different way. You distract one way, but that puts you at risk for becoming like them. However, that gives us time to rig it and destroy it. And if it does take our friends, it's better that some of us escape than no one.
That's true, I suppose. It's just a lot going on right now. It's...
Yeah. But it won't stop if nothing happens. If nothing proactive happens. We can keep fighting, we can keep swinging our swords, we can keep risking our people.
But nothing will
happen.
happen.
Nothing will happen.
We are running so desperately low on fighters. Right now, it's mainly, in terms of fighters, no offense to you, Penguin, but you're not really a fighter. And in the kindest way possible. Me and you have some experiences, but I've never once gotten the feeling that you're willing to swing a sword. At least willingly. Me, Hobbs, Neb, and Chester, I suppose, were kind of like the main fighting force.
Even though I might not swing a sword, and I'm not great at fighting, having other means to do so comes very easy to me. I understand that I'm not a fighter. I understand that I would rather not battle at all. Like, being here, it has been the most fighting I've done in a long time. Because I've done some things, but that's not here nor there.
Yeah.
After what they've done to Dread, and everyone, Dread was kind of the line.
It's just... There's... The plan is just way too risky. I understand it's a all-in. Dread was even mentioning this to me. And I hate that he's right. But we need everyone on board. This is essentially a fight where if we don't give it our all, then we all fall. And I'm not sure if I'm willing to risk that for some of the people. Maybe some people might be able to fall under his radar. I know one person who might be able to, and I'm on the verge of asking him to help, because he might be able to sneak in the back door, if there even is one, and might be able to blow the whole thing to Kingdom Come, but I'm not sure if I can risk him.
Green. If we don't do this, if we don't risk everything currently, all is not. Everything will be gone. I don't want to risk anyone, but we've gotten to the point where we don't have anyone else. We don't have anyone, Green. Look at the base. Look at everything.
I see the
We
base.
don't have anything at all at this point. It's gone to the point where if we wait long enough and not want to risk anything, if we are just sitting around doing nothing and just waiting, Shade keeps coming. He keeps attacking. He keeps doing all of this with no remorse. Nothing. We have gone to the point where we are far beyond, sitting around and waiting. And that's coming from me.
Don't you think I know that? Don't you think I goddamn well know that? I look around this base, I see the people that we lost. There's a whole goddamn board in EB's bar of people that are missing. People that we know have fallen to Shade. You think I don't know this? You think just because I don't want to, you think I don't know that, it's the right choice? Of course!
Green.
It's the only choice we have. But that doesn't mean I have to like it.
Green, I know you know this. I know you are aware of this entire board. I know you know this. I'm reminding you of what we have to do. I'm reminding you of the steps we have to take in order to do something. I know you want to go home. I know you care about your people. I know you care, Green. You were a ruler. You had to sacrifice. You were a king. You are a king. You had to sacrifice. We're at the point where this is our last shot to get anything saved. As much as you don't like it, and as much as I don't like it, trust me, I do not like this at all. We have no choice.
I just wish there was another way. Because there's one goddamn person who could single-handedly fly under Shade's radar. And probably he wouldn't even notice. Shade probably wouldn't even notice him. Because he's not a threat. He's just a friend. He's just a business partner. He's just Doug. He's just Ruber. He's not a threat. But he's my last connection to my world. When I was sent here, just like everyone else, most people had nothing. I can understand that much. But I had Doug. He was a constant reminder for what I was fighting for, even here. Just looking at him and just seeing this crazy world, I was reminded of the slice of home waiting for me once this goddamn nightmare is over. And now I'm about to ask him to risk it all. Not only for the survival of the rest of the people here, but the survival of whatever Shade turns into. Because if he becomes so powerful that he can rival the gods, then that might mean he has the power to travel whatever multiverse there is. You understand where I'm coming from, right?
I do. And I'm sorry. We just don't have many other choices.
I wish we did. I wish this wasn't the last resort. The last stand.
I'll do everything in my power to not let anything happen to Doug if we go through with this.
Please. When the final battle occurs, as much as I don't want to, I'm willing to lay down my life. Just to keep my world safe, to keep him safe, to keep everyone else here safe.
Green,
Yeah?
you've changed a lot since we've met.
What do you mean?
When we met, you're this... how can I describe you? Headstrong, knew what was going on, or handled the situation a lot better than most of us. A fighter, of course. But you weren't afraid to use people to get to the point you were, to get to a strong point. And now here you are, willing to sacrifice so much to help and to save, and not wanting to risk because you care. It's kind of nice. And I know you kind of didn't think I knew, but I do forgive you.
For what?
Kind of getting closer to me just because you wanted to be leader. Because I know you wanted it. I know. But I don't blame you. I mean, look at me. I'm not a leader. I'm just an engineer. And that's it. But I want to make things right and save whoever we can.
I suppose if that's the case, I should apologize as well. You're right. I've been using everyone here.
Yeah.
That's something that, looking back on now, I'm not the proudest of. When I was brought here, I was in the... I had just ended my war back home. I had brought... Finally, had brought peace. To be taken away from that, it's not the best feeling. So when I was brought here, I was determined to get home, no matter what. So, I looked at everyone as tools, and jotted down how useful they would be to me. But spending time here, away from home, seeing the creations that these strangers have built, the immense beauty that we've all created together, and seeing it all at risk. Yeah. I guess it does change perspective. I realized that no one here is a tool. We're all just people, aren't we?
We are. Of course, we have some sociopaths and psychopaths, but that's besides the point.
I suppose you think I fall somewhere along that list. It wouldn't be the first time someone called me that.
But hey, I mean, you've gone better. You're not as, you're not using people as much as you used to. Or, oh, I mean, considering the bigger picture of, Shade and Eli, it kind of forces you to join alliances. I mean, look at Team Apollo and Team Artemis. We kind of were forced to join forces. There wasn't really an option.
Yeah.
All anger or all, rivalries that was between us put down because, there was a bigger problem. Our friends were getting killed. They still are.
You're right. To think, just across this lake we had, not our first battle, but one of the first, the Battle of Wambonia. A battle not orchestrated by the gods, but over some petty territory, and now we're here. Joining forces in not a war, but a battle for survival.
Yeah.
Perhaps that's the reason why my eyes have opened up more.
Yeah.
You see, things get clouded in the fog of war. You never truly see where anything is. You'll only where the next punch is going to land, the next sword swing in the fight. But it's when the fog of war is lifted, we can see it. We can see what truly matters.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, my mind's been clouded with war far too long. And even now, this is still technically a war, but it's different. It's not against any god. It's not against any nation or any people. It's just us trying to survive. Because we're not, to Shade, we're not we're not playthings. We're not people looking to be conquered. We're fuel. And that puts some perspective on everything.
And that's why we go in a different direction and hopefully end it. And hopefully doing this will get our friends back. That's the hope, at least. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't want to be
No need to
pessimistic.
No need to be an optimist either. Whatever happens, happens. We just need to focus on stopping this.
Yeah. I'd rather be an optimist than a pessimist, though. Saves, even though, putting the bar at the floor makes it easier to get pleasantly surprised. I don't want the bar to be all our friends are dead. and forever will be. I don't want that to be the bar. I want to have at least a little hope to remember why we're still fighting this and not giving in. Because we could have given up a long time ago.
We definitely could have. But we all continued fighting, didn't we?
We did. And we still are. And it's not gonna stop anytime soon. Hell, if I ever do become the last person standing, which I highly doubt considering I'm not a fighter, I will not stop fighting. Green. I'm fully prepared to die during this. I hope you realize that I've kind of accepted if it happens. It happened.
Don't say that. Like,
I know. I'm
you
still
can't
gonna fight. I'm not saying that I'm not gonna fight. I'm saying I'm going to give it everything. And if my everything's not enough, well, it was worth a shot. Because this entire world, even if it's not mine, hell, it's better than mine. I'm gonna fight for it.
But you shouldn't have to be ready to die. You have done nothing wrong. Sure, you haven't done much in, leading, sorry to say, but, you haven't done anything opposingly wrong. You shouldn't have to die. I'm willing to fight because I have too much to lose. And I'm not ready to lose it just yet. But you have so much to live for outside of that constant conflict and war and turmoil.
I'll believe you.
What?
I'll believe that. What you're saying, I know it.
It's...
I'm struggling to find words.
I just don't want you wasting your life away. When we were discussing a battle strategy, I was trying to keep you and Ruber out of the conversation. Because you two mean a lot to me. And EB did too.
The thing is, if I stay out of it, I'm not doing anyone any good. Because if you go in there and you die because you wanted to keep me in, and well, I'll speak for myself. If you wanted to keep me out of it, that's just guilt on me for not doing anything. And I'm already feeling guilty enough. I mean, I allowed so many to die and not do anything about it. You think I don't feel guilty? Because even though I don't act like a leader, I still have the title. And keeping people safe was my job. And look what happened. I might have not done anything directly, but I didn't do anything at all. I didn't. And we know this. We know I haven't done anything. We know that I'm not a great leader. I feel guilty for it. I don't deserve this title. Even though I got it how many months, years? I don't even know how long we've been here anymore.
Feels like an eternity.
I feel guilty for not being where I was supposed to. And I know I wasn't made for this, but that doesn't mean that I should have just given up or stopped.
But
I'm
if anything, you might be able to live. Just, I mean, yeah, you might feel guilty. You might have all that, but at least you'll still be alive. I mean, hell, maybe you might go under Shade's radar. Maybe there's still a chance you can survive.
Green.
You don't have to go. We could say
Green.
that you got lost. I don't.
Green. I will not live if I know that I allowed all this to happen without fixing it or without doing something about it.
Sometimes
I might be alive, but I won't live.
But there's some ideals that are just not worth fighting for. Like, maybe you can live to fight another day. Like, do something else. This is, after all, this is the world of the gods, right? Maybe you can make some sort of deal with them. I don't like them, but maybe you might be able to do something. Get out of this forsaken hellhole. Yeah, I understand. Like, you might feel guilty. That might not be living, but at least you will be alive. And you don't have to die for the ideals of another person.
Green. If I live and nothing changes and I allowed everyone to die around me, the people I was supposed to help, the people I was supposed to protect, I am no better than the corpses. I will not be alive. I might be physically here, but mentally I will not. I know you see that there's a lot more for me. There is a lot you want me to do a lot more. However, I don't.
I just need you to think for a few moments. Like, I understand. Like,
Green.
Listen, I've lost too many people already. I don't need to lose you too, Mason.
What? Mason?
I'm sorry.
No, hey, no. I'm sorry for pushing.
No, you're alright. You just remind me of someone.
Oh.
Our ideals didn't mix at times, and it caused turmoil. He led a group of people, but he wasn't the best leader. He was my best friend. And I wish it didn't end the way it did.
I'm sorry.
No.
I know.
No, I should be the one apologizing. You're right. 100% right. Living with the burden of being one of the few people alive, it's no way to live. I just never been put in that position to see it. I've always had something worth fighting for, something to bounce back from. Even in loss, I was always able to pull some sort of victorious moment from it. Even in defeat, we gain knowledge of how to defeat our enemies, but this is an all or nothing strategy. Every war I've ever faced, I was willing to lay down my life because I knew that, at least in my world, that my legacy would carry on, my people would carry on. Even here, I fight for them.
I know you think about home a lot. Your world. Sadly, I don't remember much of mine, so who I'm fighting for is the people here. That is who I'm laying my life down for. I know you can understand that. And I know it can seem selfish, but I'd rather stand up for these people than worry about myself. I care about the people here, Green.
Yeah. And so did he.
Well, if this is the plan we're going with, this is the current legacy. Getting everyone back, and even if we don't, we stopped anyone else from dying.
Yeah. This is... It ends at this next plan. Either we win or we die. That's the harsh reality of it. There's no backups, no plan Bs. We put all of our eggs in this basket. We gamble everything on this plan.
We have no other options, so this is it.
This is what it's come down to.
Yeah, and Green, if we do die during all of this, I'm not saying we will, I just pray that we don't. But if we do, if we ever meet in another lifetime, I hope you remember me.
And to you as well. You've been a good friend to me. Even if you knew I was using you.
Yeah, you're not very obvious with your evil schemes in certain aspects. It took me a couple weeks for me to realize, but look, that was before, and honestly, I don't blame you. I really don't. So, Yeah. We will... we will get them back. And we will take down Shade.
Yeah. We will. Whatever
Well,
it takes.
Yeah. At this point, we talk game plan, talk to Dread.
We could talk to Dread, talk to whoever else is still
Doug.
standing.
Yeah.
Talk to Doug.
Yeah. I know I want to talk to Dread. I want to make sure he's okay. Because no one should go through that.
He's very weak. He said that he like was slain multiple times by Shade. Unable to be absorbed or whatever. But it's taking his toll on him.
Yeah. It would make sense why he can't die. Or didn't get absorbed, you know.
Yeah.
For what Dread is, it kind of makes sense.
Even I don't know what he is.
I have theories. But no one deserves to go through that at all, ever, Yeah.
No
one deserves to die over and over.
No, that sounds like an eternal torment.
Yeah. But gonna check in on him and figure things out.
Yeah. Hey. Thank you.
For what?
You had every reason to toss me to the side. Especially after you found out. Instead you stuck it through.
You just did what you did to survive. I don't blame you for it. As awful as it was, it made sense. You had a reason. You had your people. Here's the button. There's the button. Ow. Help.
Yeah.
But there was no reason for me to have a distaste. You are very intelligent, I'll give you that. But I don't know. Something about it just felt okay. Like being used by people. Very common for me. Shocking. Not shockingly, actually. It's not really surprising.
That shouldn't be a common thing. If it makes you feel any better.
I mean, last world, I made farms. That's all I did. I was killed by an endermite in that world. That was funny.
Ooh. Sounds horrid.
Yeah. Weird way to go. Believe me. But, I do what I can to help, and I was also extremely intimidated by you, so following along was easy.
I simply, like you said, I simply did what I could to survive.
Yeah.
Even now looking back on that, probably wasn't the greatest plan.
Yeah. Probably working together would have been a lot easier. We all have one goal, most of us at least, is to get out. My entire goal from the get-go was to help others get out. So, that has been my purpose this entire time.
Yeah. My goal is also to get out. And I've made mistakes along the way.
I mean, no one's perfect. Even people with the best intentions, whether they be selfish or not, they still make mistakes and errors.
The path to hell is carved with good intentions.
Yeah, well. We'll see what gets out of this entire situation. I mean, We've done so much.
We have.
So.
I should probably try and gather some supplies.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get more supplies for redstone components. Just to figure stuff out. Get some gunpowder and all that.
Yeah.
But I also need to check on Dread.
Tell him I
It's
said
least I
hi.
can do. I will.
And stay safe, Penguin.
I will attempt, and you do the same.
I will. What have I done? There were so many ways. There were so many paths through life. So many ways I could have dealt with this. And I chose the wrong one. No more. No more. I'm gonna make things right. Not just for me. Not just for Penguin or Dread or EB. But for all of them. For all those poor bastards that that I helped get put in that situation. For all those poor bastards who met their untimely demise because of me. I'm gonna make things right. Hear that, Apollo? Wherever the hell you are. You're a goddamn bastard who dragged me here to this hell. But you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna fight for it. Just you remember that. And I'm gonna fight for my home as well, because if you won't do something about it, then I will. After all, standing up to gods who abuse their power is kind of my thing, isn't it? And at this point, Shade's no different. He's just a being with seemingly godlike powers. And I'm gonna stand up to him. Like I should have done in the first place.